Welcome back to Becoming Big Mama, the podcast where wisdom isn't just old school, it's a cheat code for right now. And I am your host, Cassandra, and we are back in the quantum kitchen. And if you're still like, what is a quantum kitchen? First of all, go watch more of my episodes and you'll see what I mean. But quantum kitchen is exactly what it sounds like. Think less sterile lab, more Sunday dinner with your favorite people. We got food on the stove, we got conversation flowing, and somebody's always asking a good question that makes the whole table get quiet. And today, baby, we got one of those questions. We're going to talk about the relationship you in, because I can see that it's troubling you. I can see that all the way from over here. Some of y'all been asking yourselves and your friends, how do I know when to stay and when to go? Or when to know if I'm just lying to myself about what it is that I see? Because let's be honest, it's fucking unstable as hell outside. These motherfuckers got us at war, y'all. Prices on everything is up. Politics is wild and unreliable. AI is moving faster by the second. Job market's feeling shaky and unemployment is the new norm for too many. Dating apps feel like a social experiment that nobody consented to, and everybody is tired. And when the world feels unstable like this, people start looking for something steady. I know. A relationship, a routine, person to text that's going to text you back. You know what I mean? Somebody to lay next to and something that feels consistent. But here's the problem. Because some of y'all aren't in love. You're just looking for stability in an unstable world. And that pressure will have you saying yes to things that should have been a no. So now you sitting there like, should I stay or should I go? And I'm like, baby, if you asking, should you stay or should you go? First ask, do you even know what you standing in? Let me back up. Y'all know me as Big Mama, but what you don't know is that this Big Mama has never dated men. Never fucked one, never touched a dick in real life. On my mama. In my community, we would call that a gold star lesbian. And that's not just because I ain't got no options, because stop playing. I'm bad as hell. Y'all know it. You see it. Let's not do that. Right? But because when I was a young girl, I realized most of these men and all of these boys are not qualified for an interview with yours truly, let alone a date. Right? Now, I know what you might be thinking because I know what it sounds like, but I'm serious. I knew that before I even knew that I was fully lesbian. Right? Because when I would talk to boys, hell, even when I would talk to men, I was giving them curiosity, asking questions about who they were. I was excited, right? Trying to understand them and how they think as a person first. And they were given misogyny, patriarchy, objectification, mainly of my body. Y'all know. My appearance, sizing me up, talking at me, not with me. And some were just given straight pedo, because I'm 10 years old walking home from school getting catcalled by somebody who could be my uncle or my daddy's age. See, I peeped a long time ago all the Epstein snakes hiding in the grass. And I realized something early. If what I'm putting out isn't what I'm getting back, that's misalignment, not confusion. That's information. More importantly, that's a signal. Now, if you want to know more about signals, go catch my other episode. We started this Discernment Series off talking about what is a vibe. So definitely go check that out. I'm going to link this to this video. But now here's the part that people don't talk about, right? A lot of times you don't learn the discernment needed for dating from dating. In my case, I learned it from everyday survival and the relationships around me, AKA my mother. And some of y'all got parents like I got parents, right? When the person who's supposed to protect you is the one you have to read and protect yourself from, oh, you learn discernment fast and at a young ass age. Some of y'all grew up like me. Unfortunately, you grew up in chaos, manipulation, instability, people gaming systems, and gaming people. In the words of Cat Williams, it was straight pimping around me when I grew up. And when that's your environment, you either normalize it or you learn how to move through it and rise above it, which is hard. And to be honest, I was blessed because I had my grandmother. My grandmother saved my life. I say that all the time. She showed me patience, reflection, moral grounding, and how to hold my mules, right? And everything opposite of my mother and the treacherous men and boys that were around me. So I had that contrast, but not everybody does. And let me tell you something. If you don't have that in your life, I'm going to just be honest with you. You better go find it anywhere you can. Find it in a good example on TV or movies, a book, a coach, a friend, a teacher, somebody. Because if all you got is chaos, discernment is going to be hard to come by as quickly. You need to see both sides. You need to be introduced to both sides. It's like diversifying what you see so that you're not always normalizing to everything that's the same, right? You need to see both sides, many sides if you can, to learn how to place people and things into those categories and not overjudge or misjudge, how to build confidence in what you see. Now, let's get into it because y'all, we out here dating. In the year of our Lord of 2026, we still out here dating, some of us. And some of us are asking the wrong questions. We're asking, is he the one? Is she going to cheat on me with that guy from work? Is this going to work? And I'm like, baby, you got to slow down, slow down. Because I bet some of y'all don't even need relationship advice. You just need to admit what you already know. Let me give you something I see all the time, right? When people come to me asking, Cass, should I stay with him? Should I go? Is this normal? I'm sitting there like, baby, you already got the facts. You just not calling them facts yet. Like you dealing with somebody who got 2 phones and now you're trying to figure out, is that weird? Is that cheating? Is that complicated? Let me help you. If there's nothing to hide, why is the second phone a secret? It ain't even about the second phone. I got 2 phones. I got a phone that's an Android and a phone that's iPhone because I work in product, right? I work in tech, so I got to test them. But the second phone is not the problem. Why is it a secret? That's not confusion. That's information. Now, or this one I get, right? You've already talked to him multiple times about helping out around the house, showing up and doing more, right? And every time he says the right thing. I got you. I hear you, baby. I'm going to do better. But nothing changes. Now you're trying to figure out, does he love me? Is he just busy? Is there something blocking him from doing more, naturally? Like, am I asking for too much? No. That's pattern recognition. That's information. That's signal. Because even if there is something blocking him, that's on him to communicate that. Not you, boo. Or this one right here, right? Every time the phone rings, she got to step out. Every time. Or he, because it's typically men, but we can call it a her this time because, fair is fair. Now you're trying to be logical, like, well, maybe it's work or maybe it's private, right? And I'm not saying people don't deserve privacy. They do. But let's be honest. She can't be planning a surprise for you every single time she outside on the phone. At some point, you got to ask, am I dealing with the same person in every room that they're in? Or am I dealing with different versions of someone, depending on who's watching? And this is where people get stuck, right? Because they think discernment means I need more information. I need proof. I need to be sure. You don't need to be sure. No, you don't. You don't need everything. You need enough. And a lot of what y'all already have is enough. You just not putting it together. It's like you got all the pieces, but instead of making it a full picture, you keeping it as flashcards one by one. One thing here, one thing there, another weird moment over here. And you stop and you never stop and say, what does all this mean together? Because once you do, it's going to get real. Because now it's not, I don't know. It's, I know. And I don't like what that means. I know what y'all thinking. Well, what about you, Cassandra? We can talk about me. I'm in a relationship right now. Okay. That's hard, y'all. Early in my relationship, I asked the same question. And so did she. Should I stay or should I go? I've never dated someone in medicine before, right? And my partner is in residency right now. And if you know anything about medicine, the system is brutal on everybody. Long hours, exhaustion, pressure, there's no time. It's hard to date someone who barely has time to eat, sleep, or pee. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real. I felt like sometimes I felt guilty asking for what I wanted, knowing that they were trying hard to balance a relationship while damn near living at the hospital every day, not even taking care of themselves. So yes, I got frustrated. Like this isn't exactly what I signed up for. But here's the difference. Don't confuse a hard season with a bad partner. And don't confuse a bad partner with a hard season. I resent the situation. I don't like residency. I want her to have more time, more energy, better rest, better health. But that is just how residency is for everyone, not just her. So I do not resent her. And how I know I should stay is because of the effort, the signal that she gives me, right? The patterns that I can recognize. Every time she gets energy and time, whenever she can make trade-offs, she chooses me. She chooses us, right? Sometimes to the point where I have to tell her, it's okay, I understand, like studying comes first. So let's plan a date next week when your schedule changes to a different service or whatever, right? Residency is temporary, and that's what makes this situation a hard season and not a bad partner. And that's where, again, discernment comes in, because discernment isn't about perfect. Because we ain't perfect. She and I are not perfect. But it is about confidence in what is actually happening. But it does not have to be 100% confidence. Discernment is not about being 100% sure. Sometimes 51% is enough to move forward. You don't even need to know everything. You just need to know enough to recognize the pattern and then call a spade a motherfucking spade. So let me break this down, Big Mama style, right? Sometimes life got you sitting in some shit. I mean, sitting in some shit. The shit stank. Just all around you. It's on your hands, right? And the question is not, how do I get out of this shit immediately? The question is, what shit am I actually dealing with? What's the quality of the poo-poo? You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself. Because there's a difference between standing some shit and standing in some shit. Standing it more so feels like you sitting cross-legged in some shit, pants is all soppy and it's seeping into your drawers. Yeah, you tolerating it, you stuck, you overwhelmed, you hate it. And you might be breaking that boundary, that non-negotiable value, right? Now, standing in it, well, that's a little bit different. You still in shit. You can still smell it, but you upright. You got perspective, right? You can move. You got options. You're not sitting down in it. You're still in it, but your nose is further away from the ground than when you were sitting in the shit. Now let's get real, because it's not just about them. Sometimes it's about you too. Before you go run to that group chat and ask what to do, ask yourself what you already know, because let's be honest, your friends already know what you're going to say. They can't make you leave or stay. It's on you to discern if the shit you in is a storm that will pass or it's a pig's pen that's always going to have shit, that you just in it. So here's how you actually discern, right? Not surface level shit, but like real level. What are you seeing? Not what are you being told, right? Go back to the facts. What actually keeps happening? When do they show up? When does their words match their action? And when do they disappear? Is it just when y'all are alone, or can he do that around his friends and his homies and his family? And here's another big one. If he only respects you when he might lose you, that's not love. That's damage control. And that one right there, that's the question that changes everything. Are you being loved, or are you being managed? Because once you answer that honestly, you're not confused anymore. You're just avoiding what comes next. Now, let me take it to another step, because some of us just ain't doing this in relationships. We doing this even with AI. Every chat you done made, every prompt you done had, some of us don't sit with it. We ain't thinking outside of AI. We ain't processing in the midst of it. And less of us are diversifying away from it, AKA turning it the fuck off and grabbing a book, right? Diversifying how you're thinking about a problem. You just keep asking again and again and again. So now you done went from one confusing relationship with your mans or with your woman to 500 chats that are also confusing that you don't know how to discern between. And they're just like many relationships. And let me tell you something real from the bottom of my heart. If you can't discern truth within yourself, what makes you think you can discern truth from a machine? It don't give a damn about you. AI is not here to replace your discernment. It's here to expose whether or not you have it. And if you don't, these companies out here are more than happy to make you their next fool. You think your girlfriend or your boyfriend is out here making you a fool. These companies finna make it worse. They finna do you so bad. And I say that with love. And I say that with warning, like you can do better. So let me bring this home, because this ain't about finding the perfect partner. This ain't about never choosing the wrong thing and avoiding all bad options. And this show ain't about avoiding heartbreak, because I can't promise you that. This is about learning how to tell the truth for yourself about what you see, about what you feel, and about what keeps happening, the facts. Because the real question isn't, should I stay or should I go? It's, am I actually using what I already know to make a decision I can for me and those who rely on me? Speaking to y'all parents out here, or y'all caregivers out here, or if you have a brother or sister or family that relies on you. And once you answer that question, you're not stuck anymore. Now you're choosing. You're not sitting in the shit, you're standing in it, or you getting the fuck away from it. And that is discernment. So let me leave you with this. Discernment is not about being perfect. It's not about never choosing the wrong answer. It's about learning how to tell the truth about what you see and what you feel and what keeps showing up in your life. Because at the end of the day, confusion doesn't come from truth. Confusion comes from ignoring the truth. And once you stop ignoring the truth, you can stop asking, should I stay or should I go? Now you're choosing to stay or go. And there's power in that, even if you stay. If this episode gave you something to think about, something to sit with, or maybe something that you've been avoiding, now you can think about it. Then you already know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe to Become a Big Mama on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Add me on TikTok and Instagram for more behind the scenes content, and make sure to share this with somebody who needs to hear it. And don't forget, come on back to the kitchen when you get some time, because we're just getting started. We still got more to this discernment series, and trust me, we got a lot more to cook. I'll see you next time.